When you're in your journey to self realization and you've done a level of self work and individuation, there comes a point in time where you can start to see the field or read the energy, not only within yourself to be able to call yourself out, but to do it amongst others. This plays out dramatically within the people you spend the most time with, of course, especially the ones who you love, your family members and your friends in particular. When you start to see this wheel of karma, or when you start to become aware, for me, it's like a record player. I can actually hear, feel, tap in when I'm witnessing somebody that I love or somebody in my family going through one of their own karmic lessons or looping in something that they're trying to figure out. I can see this. And literally, it's almost as though I'm pulled up out of the immediate reality and just have this really clear observational view. And it feels to me like this is the same record. This is the same song and dance. This is the same behavior that this person has been trapped in, has been stuck in, and has been either, however within trying to reconcile it or not, or make an excuse about it. I don't know if you've ever experienced that. I'd love to hear in the comments if you've ever been able to really truly witness when somebody else is stuck in some sort of karmic pattern, especially with a loved one. What I do in those moments is, number one, I ask myself, I'm here experiencing this for a reason. Is there something that I need to take from this and experience from this? And the answer is always yes. I understand my participation in it as well. Is it something I need to look at within myself once again? But the other thing that I've learned to do is to not engage with it, to stop engaging with someone else's inner demons when you can really clearly see this repeated pattern. My suggestion at this time in history, when so much is being revealed, we're so transparent within our emotional health, within our mental health, within our belief systems and our patterns. It's really quite extraordinary. Having this radical transparency, nobody really knows what to do with it. And it's just kind of overwhelming. So, one thing I'd like to just suggest to you guys that if you're witnessing patterns that your loved ones struggle with, or these karmic loops, even though you love them, even though you want to help them, even though you maybe can see clear as day as to what's going on, my suggestion is if you can see it, you know that you should butt out, actually. You know you should step aside, move back, maybe even don't respond, and permit that person to do that work within themselves if they choose to, because only them themselves can really truly reconcile that within. There comes a time where I believe that a loved one working with a family member or a friend or trying to prove a point, you also just get caught on that same karmic loop. You know this, you just continue to talk or debate or argue about the same thing over and over and over and over again. Somebody's got to jump off the hamster wheel. And most often it's going to be the one who's conscious. So if you're able to see the things that people are struggling with, I'd suggest love them, see it, understand that either they're not at a place to want to deal with it or they're struggling within themselves. And remember the times when we and continue to struggle within reconciling our own indifferences between our head and our heart. So step back, step away. If you need to make a change, if you need to move away from somebody or take a significant amount of space between somebody that you care about or love, do it. Don't hesitate to set a boundary if that's what you need to do. Constantly going back into it, you're hurting and hindering both of the growth processes for you both. So step back and have trust and have faith that in that time space, either something will reveal itself and you're able to come together in a more loving, healthy way, or maybe at this time and for the indefinite future, it's not meant to be reconciled. And we have to be okay with that as well. I believe as people who are empathetic and loving, spiritual, We always feel as though, we need to forgive everybody and just see the higher reality. And in a way, yes, that's true. But also in a way, that that happens on the greater scale once we transcend this reality, right? We all understand more deeply once we're out of this three-dimensional cycle. So until then, you might need to hold your ground in love and understand that you have love for that person. It's just not good right now because the two of you together are continuing a perpetual negative looping cycle that's keeping you either codependent or unable to really do the work within the self. So, just my suggestion, butt out a little bit if that's what you're feeling. It's okay to set a boundary with someone who you feel is harming themselves or harming you. And if there's nothing you can do about it, you know it because every time you interact with them, you just get back on that same loop that leads to nowhere. So it's okay to protect yourself, right? It's okay to love them and step back.